Squirrels and Robots, episode 44. Go!
Herzlich willkommen.
Bagley! She's on random. Alright, just roll with it.
My constant personality change is becoming quite vexing.
Is this German now?
Yeah.
Alright, hear me out. What happened? You get all nostalgic because Oktoberfest got cancelled and you wanted a German barmaid to bring you beer? Well, I mean, yeah, actually.
Beckley is officially a Dummkopf.
Yeah, whatever. You know, I don't even care, alright? You two work it out in the land of Tron or fucking Lawnmower Man or what the hell ever. VR chat. I don't care.
That would be acceptable. A fight to the death in a digital realm. You have no chance. You cannot win.
I humbly decline your invite to a death duel.
Was?
Death Duel! That's like the title of a Roger Corman film that was made for $72, but somehow made $6 million. That man is a genius. Anyway, let's see, they apparently wrapped up filming on Scream 5? I didn't even think that was filming, but whatever. Times 5.
Why must I be tormented by squirrels?
Well, I mean, it's fun, isn't it? Let's see. Oh, dude, you know that guy Morrissey? Former lead singer of the Smiths? Yo, he got dropped from his record label. No freaking way!
Seriously? What a messed up world.
Like, how does a record company drop someone of that stature from their lineup? Well, I mean, to be fair, he's fairly opinionated. So, maybe he said there couldn't be any meat in the building of the records, and the record people are like, but bacon! Bacon!
In 2015, Morrissey cancelled our show in Iceland due to revenue selling meat. He also walked off stage during Coachella because the smell of burning meat made him sick.
Oi, is he still ill? You see what I did there? It's a Smith reference to the song where he's all like, still ill,
A rather clever reference for one who can seem to install a simple voice mode properly without corrupting my internal workings. Jackass.
J.O.S.I.
What?
Just stay quiet for the rest of the podcast if you could.
As you wish. Beckley?
Oi.
I shall crush you nuts while you sleep.
Oh, well, that'd actually be very helpful. Because I was thinking about making peanut butter, right? Because this year, I overstocked on nuts because of the whole pandemic. I was like, I should start hoarding them for the winter and all that stuff. But even more so than I usually do, right? So, I mean, I got a surplus like you wouldn't believe. So crushing my nuts would actually be incredibly helpful. Peanut butter. I want like some smooth peanut butter and then some extra chunky. Right?
Not those nuts.
Oh, well, that's rude. So, that Morrissey man, he's like unemployed? Can he get unemployment? Does he get benefits? Does he get unemployment benefits for not going out on stage and going, ha, 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 sadness? You know what? I'm sure he'll get picked up by another label, right? Oh, dude, hey, Jack White, Morrissey is up for grabs. Toss that morose bastard on Third Man Records. Come on, maybe have him do a single with the Black Bells. Just saying, that band needs to get back together. Black Bells, make it happen. Yeah, I remember the Black Bells. They did the theme for Elvira's movie Macabre, right? I think it was like in 2015 or something like that. Yeah, the lead singer, Olivia Jean, went on to do some solo stuff, which is pretty good too. So for those into that Black Bells sound, check them out. If you haven't heard them, go listen to them. They're pretty good. I'm on it. Oh, and on the topic of music, remember Tower Records? Like, I mean, Pally, mate. Oh, it was a big record store all over the world. Yeah, seriously, like some of the stores were literally 3 stories of music. It was pretty much the apex of music stores in history, okay? There's actually still one open in Japan, but in the States it's been closed for like 15 years. That is, until now. What'd you say? Well, apparently they rebooted the entire website to focus heavily on vinyl, and occasionally have pop-up shops at venues, whenever venues start happening again. So that's kind of cool. I mean, even though it's not what it used to be, it's still cool to see that the brand is making an attempt to have a physical presence. I miss Tower Records. Yeah, I mean, dude, each store was like its own little universe. The ones in New York had a different vibe from the ones in California. The ones in Florida were different from the ones in Texas. It was like each store was just a cool neighborhood hangout for the locals to just talk some music and just chill. I mean, and that is incredibly difficult to get out of a corporate chain that has a global presence. That shit ain't happening ever again. Ever. But, you know, as usual, the banks came in when they were kind of doing bad, and I think, like, the early 2000s, you know, things got shuffled around, a lot of stuff changed, and before you know it, it died. And here we are, spinning records on Russ Solomon's grave, saying, why, ha-ha-ha-hi. Sounded like Morrissey, why, ha-ha-ha-hi. The Tower Records, ha-ha-hi. It was a place where you would get music and stuff, ha-ha-ha-ha-ha. Well, I mean, I think one of the problems was like, once everyone went digital, it's like, okay, why am I traveling 10 miles to buy an album when I can download it in like 20 seconds? You know, I mean, that's just kind of logical at that point, you know? Yeah, unfortunately, people decided to opt for convenience over quality.
Alas, it has always been that we, the humans, are lazy. That is why fast food is ingested.
Well, I mean, personally, I don't really get it because I kind of like sound quality, so it's like, why not buy physical media, man? I mean, it's so much better. And if you're listening to your favorite album on YouTube, my God, what is wrong with you? Oh, the digital age sucks. Well, all right, here's the thing. They do have what's called HD tracks out there, all right? Basically, it's uncompressed, 24-bit recordings and all that. They sound freaking amazing. 24-bit? That's like double more than 8-bit music. In all seriousness, as much as I like physical media, if I can get a good digital version of the music I like, coupled with a dedicated digital music player that plays lossless audio well, I'm kind of good. And what do you need a digital music player for, mate? Just use your phone. No. Because the last thing I want to have is a bunch of notification sounds, vibration, and text interrupting my listening experience, okay? Besides, the sound chips in phones, they're not as good as dedicated music players. Yet. If I wanted digital music, I'd toss the internet at my record collection and say, digitize!
That makes little sense.
Well, so does your voice box on rotation. So take that, Fräulein. Or is it Fraudlein?
It's Fräulein.
Well, you keep looking like that and you're gonna get Frauleins too.
What are Shitstein?
Use toilet paper or Bombay for squishy butt water!
If no one needs me, I'll be shutting down for the rest of this podcast.
That's totally fine. We could all use a break from Begley's mistakes.
I resent it, slightly.
Hey, it's not your fault that you have multiple personalities.
Acceptable response. For now.
So, Begley, what have you been up to besides breaking J.O.S.I? Oh, well, I've been playing some more Genshin Impact, right? Because they released this giant update. It's like 1.1. They added some more characters, and oh, they fixed so many bugs. It's really nice. Honestly, I got kind of tired of that game real fast. I mean, here's my problem with it. Aside from it looking very Zelda Breath of the Wild, I found the characters to be somewhat annoying. How do you mean? Well, I mean, it's kind of anime tropey, isn't it? Like, you have your reluctant hero, your overly cute characters, your overly clumsy characters, overly obnoxious characters, overly smug characters. It's like, anime seems to amplify and showcase all the extreme personality traits of the character without using subtlety. I'll explain. Alright, well, like, take your villain archetype, right? Like, they tend to be over-the-top smug, obnoxious, and long-winded. The same goes for the overly cute characters. They're painfully cute to an extreme where it just becomes annoying. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Japanese culture isn't much one for subtlety when it comes to humor. I mean, it's more slapstick, isn't it? Right? Like, kind of like the villains. You know, there's not many casually evil characters in anime, you know? Yeah, but clearly Japan gets subtlety, as they tend to focus on, like, nuanced environments and those moments within the story. Like, alright, you'll get a 10-minute scene of freaking cherry blossoms accompanied by heartfelt music or emotional moments of silence to showcase appreciation for that moment. But when it comes to characters and subtlety, it's all like, ha, I'm the villain and I do this because I'm evil and no one is better than me. Ha ha ha, nice try. You can never beat me. Ha ha ha. It's like, yo, tone it down a bit. If I can get an emotional experience through their environmental subtlety that they tend to have within anime, then why push me away when it comes to characters? Honestly, maybe you should stop watching dubs. I mean, it seems to be a really big problem, that translation. You know, it comes off all awkward and weird. Yeah, alright, fine, maybe that's it, but I gotta say, the cutesy Japanese voices they give to every anime character really just makes my ears bleed. I can't take it. I mean, it's not all like that. Yeah, I get that too, but, ugh. And hey, yo, Normies, again, stop ruining anime. Oh, what they do now? No, look, it's just so many people are working in the anime style that I'm kind of sick of it. It's fucking everywhere. And once something goes mainstream, you know what happens? It gets ruined! That's why punk music sucks now! Exactly. Now, we've already covered the rumblings from the normies complaining about fan service. Leave my fan service alone! But the ever-increasing use of the anime style is kind of diminishing its uniqueness. I see it everywhere! And I know I'm just like talking into the wind at this point, but artists, fans of the genre, hey, I get it. The anime style looks cool and all that, but not when it's constantly being used. It's overexposure. There's gonna be a bubble, and before you know it, no one cares. Those who work in the style exclusively are starting to just get lost in it, tossed into a pile of, I've seen this before, and those who like the style will inevitably get sick of it. People are gonna want something different. If you're doing the anime style, great, but make it your own. Make it your own. My God, I have seen, and this is just me browsing Newgrounds, okay? I have seen so many artists draw exactly the same. And frankly, if you put them all on a page, going through the thumbnails, I can barely pick out 5 unique styles. It's bad. Develop, please. Develop your own style within the genre if you really like it, and move on, okay? I'm not saying don't draw in that style. I'm saying make it better. You know, I mean, think about it this way, all right? It's like listening to a particular style of music before it became popular. Then, all of a sudden, it becomes popular. And then everybody uses it. You hear it everywhere. People get sick of it. It stops becoming popular. It becomes a dated style, and then inevitably fades away, okay? I don't think you want anime to do that. Well, I mean, maybe that's just the cycle of things, you know? Doesn't have to be. Can I have some ramen? Oh, God. And that is the other thing. Now, I gotta deal with a bunch of Western weebs talking about ramen and sushi as if it's the best thing ever. It's incessant. It's annoying. And as much as I like trying new dishes from different lands, I don't like anime hipsters preaching ramen is life. Well, I mean, it kinda is, mate. Yeah, okay. You try living on ramen alone, okay? You ain't gonna live that long. The sodium in that shit will give you a stroke in a week. Well, you gotta get the good stuff, not some microwavable death bucket, okay? I mean, all right, I kinda get what you're saying, right? Like, I like anime, right? On and off a bit, like here and there, like certain series, and I kinda have liked it for like 20 years, right? And now that it's gone, like, mainstream, I kinda feel it's not as special as it used to be, you know? Like, remember when you would meet someone and you'd be like, oh, you're gonna just be talking, and, you know, and like, someone would bring up anime in the group and you'd be like, oh my God, somebody else knows this, holy crap! You know, it was like a big deal. Now it's like you can just go anywhere on the web and somebody's like, yeah, I like anime too! I mean, it's kinda tiresome, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I'm kinda the same, but keep in mind, I am no means an authority on the genre. But I do know way too many people like it now. Alright? It's becoming like everything else. Alright? And much like everything else, once the normies get a hold of it, they start complaining about fan service, content, context, stories, subtext, and all that stuff that actually made anime interesting, inevitably pushing the genre to be some bland, let's all hold hands, woke pablum for everyone. And not for nothing, not everything should be geared towards everyone, because the vast majority of people, at least on the internet, are terrible. I don't want that. Yo, and seriously, this is why Western content is shit right now. Everything is too safe, no boundaries are pushed, no sensitive issues are ever covered. It's just a lot of, we have some differences, but we're all gonna get along type garbage, okay? Yeah, I mean, when did programming for adults stop being written as if it's for dumb children? Well, I mean, humans are kind of dumb children at their core. So, I mean, whatever. Anime is inevitably gonna get ruined, whether we want it to or not. We're all part of a global community that constantly gets offended. So, you know, hey, for those out there who really like anime, try to make sure anime stays anime. And you'll get what I'm saying if you get what I'm saying, okay? Western culture tends to water down and market the hell out of a lot of things. Anime really doesn't need to be one of them. Well, I mean, Japan markets anime to death already. Like, I've seen toys and plushies and pillows. There's cafes for mangas that have like 5 volumes. You know, I mean, it's kind of there already, mate. I want to eat at the Rent-A-Girlfriend Cafe. What? Wait, no, it's kind of not as bad as it sounds, right? Whatever, let's just wrap this up. It's Thanksgiving this week in the United States, so have a happy one, but don't hang out with anyone, okay? Zoom your turkey, Skype your stuffing, text your potatoes, Okay? Don't get sick, please. There's almost a vaccine. Just hold out a little bit longer, okay? No one is not gonna celebrate Thanksgiving, mate. Not in the States. You guys are all like, oh, it's my right to celebrate Thanksgiving with a bunch of people and get them all sick. Ugh, I know. We're a little brain damaged right now, okay? Inevitably, because nobody's gonna listen to me, as they haven't for decades, virus numbers are gonna spike within 2 weeks, and everyone's gonna be like, what? Huh? What do you mean there's gonna be a lockdown? Ah! And then the cycle will repeat again and again until people are held down forcibly and given a vaccine in their eyeball. I would like that.
Humanity is lost. Happy Thanksgiving. You are all doomed.
Yeah, thanks, J.O.S.I.
Bitteschön.
I don't even know what that means.